What's up, YouTube? It's Joel. We have got huge news for those looking for another stimulus check. We have the first state to approve guaranteed monthly $1,000 checks to its residents. We've got Nancy Pelosi, who's ready to expedite the huge $3.5 trillion stimulus bill through the House and get more stimulus to families, with Chuck Schumer and Biden both pushing for more stimulus into the economy. And then we got the monthly stimulus checks for the child tax credit, which are making a huge impact and are now gaining support to be made permanent for millions of families. But we do have Bernie Sanders, who says that he's concerned about inflation and this huge $3.5 trillion stimulus bill. This is your Stimulus and Economic News Update, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. So our next goal to hit is 55,000 subscribers. And once we hit that, I'm going to give away another $500 on this channel. And in order to qualify, all you have to do is these three simple things. Number one, smash that like button for this video. Number two, subscribe to the channel. And number three, comment on this video on a topic that we talk about. But we're so thankful for all those that support the channel, and we're so thankful to be able to give back, which is going to be a huge part of this channel. So we're going to continue doing that. But please, if anyone asks you for personal info or to contact them on WhatsApp, it is fake. It is not me. So please don't do it. So this is some of the biggest news that has happened. We have the first state that is actually going to be giving out a guaranteed monthly income check of up to $1,000. Yes, guaranteed, meaning you don't have to work for it or basically do anything for it. It's automatically going to be sent to them. So the California's legislature unanimously approved a $35 million guaranteed income program funded by the taxpayer dollars. And this is where residents are going to be receiving monthly checks of up to $1,000. The text of the bill says that the program would prioritize residents who age out of the foster system and pregnant people. It does not contain restrictions for spending the monthly payments. So we've got State Senator Dave Cortez, who said, "I'd like to thank my colleagues for partnering with me on this important work and investing in this concept that will uplift the lives of so many. I'm excited that 40 million Californians will now get a chance to see how guaranteed income works in their own communities." Now, the program directs the California Department of Social Services to administer the funds equitably for both rural and urban applicants. Cortez also said that this program was modeled after a successful universal basic income program in Santa Clara County last year that offered $1,000 monthly checks for a year to young adults who were no longer eligible for foster care. So get ready, Californians, because guaranteed monthly checks are coming your way. Let me know your thoughts on this, and we'll talk about this in the comment section, or whether you think it's a good move or it's a bad move, and should other states follow the same path. So we've got Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who has scheduled to vote on the 21st to pass these huge trillion-dollar stimulus packages. We're talking about the bipartisan infrastructure bill in the Senate and also the reconciliation bill in the Senate as well. And he said even though some of the senators are still working through some of the details, he's ready to put these on the floors and to get the votes going. But he is also wanting the Senate Democrats to move forward also with getting the full budget resolution passed as well without any Republican votes. So we've got two bills that are going to be voted on the 21st to get passed or not passed. Now, the whole point of passing this through quickly is to get it through before the August recess next month, where basically Congress takes a vacation. So they're trying to speed it up and spend all these trillions of dollars before recess happens. And you kind of wonder, is that really the right thing to do? I mean, I don't know. You let me know. But Speaker Nancy Pelosi said that the $3.5 trillion Senate budget plan will make bold, essential investments in our values as a nation, and that the Senate budget will contain many of the House Democrats' top priorities, including transformative action on the investments needed to confront the climate crisis, to transform the care economy, and to expand access to health care with enhancements to the Affordable Care Act. We've also got Medicare and other closing the Medicaid coverage gap. Now, she is ready to expedite this through the House so that it can become law as quickly as possible, because remember, they're following the same August recess whole shebang of trying to get it passed through before the August recess. Now, the package will likely include money for universal preschool, we got free community college, expanded health insurance, subsidized childcare, expanded family and medical leave, new low-income housing, nationwide green energy projects, an expansion to Medicare and Social Security, and extending the monthly stimulus checks for children for the next 4 years. And then, yes, another forced stimulus check, which is coming from key top Democrats. Because right now, there's still a lot of caution because we are in recovery mode from the pandemic. But right now, there's a lot of variants that are out there that people are concerned about. So that's where they want to make sure that they get immediate relief to Americans in the form of direct stimulus payments. And this is where we would see a direct stimulus check for $2,000 for adults and a direct stimulus check for $1,000 for children. Now, this would be a part of what they're calling the human infrastructure that they've been talking about to put more money into American families. But the president said these steps will enhance our productivity, raising wages without raising prices. That won't increase inflation. It will take the pressure off of inflation, give a boost to our workforce, which leads to lower prices in the years ahead. So with this, a lot of moves moving forward for the country in a lot of big ways. But a lot of people are concerned about inflation. And we've got a lot of business owners that are saying that if they raise the minimum wage and raise wages, that they have to raise their prices. And we're seeing already rises in gas prices and grocery prices. We even got Senator Bernie Sanders, who said that he is concerned about inflation, but insisted that the proposed $3.5 trillion budget reconciliation package would not make it worse. As I think you know, this bill, this $3.5 trillion bill, and then there's the other $6 billion bill in a so-called bipartisan infrastructure bill, will pay for itself, is what he said. He said it will be paid for in a variety of ways, but significantly by higher taxes on the wealthy and large corporations. So with this, they say it will pay for itself. So we have to see what comes of this. But there are a lot of concerns out there. I want to know what you think about this. And there's a lot of stimulus that's coming to help move the economy, help the United States move forward. And that's what we should be doing as a country, moving forward together. But they're using this reconciliation bill to make some of the hugest changes in our country, in our history. And there's a lot of changes that are past due, especially when it comes to like bridges, roads, internet, broadband, human infrastructure, the Social Security program. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments section on all this spending, and we can talk about it from there. So on to the really good news for those stimulus checks that are coming monthly right now, straight into parents' bank accounts for that child tax credit. We've got about 35 million families who have received their first monthly payments of the expanded child tax credit. Now, these payments are scheduled to continue through the end of this year. Now, these are in the amounts of $250 per child if your kid is between the age of 6 and 17, and $300 if they are 5 and under. And we've got family advocates who are already pushing to make the expansion permanent, including Janet Yellen. Now, Dembski is one of the advocates who has signed a letter as part of a group of mothers from all 50 states asking President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris to keep the expanded credit, including monthly payments to help them juggle responsibilities at home and work. And estimates suggest that the new child tax credit and other initiatives tied to the American Rescue Plan Act will cut the child poverty in half. So this is huge for America, and it's huge for our children. How can we be the best, the most richest country in the world when we're not even taking care of our own? But the economic policy at the Bipartisan Policy Center said that over 10 years, expanding the child tax credit permanently would cost roughly $1.5 trillion. So it's definitely not cheap, but it will change millions of lives, especially those for our kids and the next generation coming up. Even Nancy Pelosi has said that she wants to make this permanent, and the House Democrats agree and are ready to make this change in the reconciliation bill once it hits the House, because right now it's only set for 2021, and then they've got it in there right now for it to be extended for the next 4 years, but they want to make it permanent. Now, this is huge, and the data shows us that with the payments being sent out monthly, it's going to affect more lives than it is to actually send it out all at once. But it will be, in a sense, a monthly stimulus check for these kids that will help parents to be able to provide their daily needs consistently, but also to take care of them throughout the year. Because what the data shows is that if you receive a large amount of money at one time, you tend to purchase larger items that cost more and have a higher price tag. But if you receive smaller payments, then you tend to purchase things that have lower price tags but are more in line with daily needs. So I'm in favor of it, but I do want to know and hear from you. If you can let me know down in the comments section if you're in favor of it. But one thing to know, that here on this channel, True Life Investors, we're out to make our own wealth. We're out to build our own finances and to start winning with our finances. And we want to get to a point where our money is growing and working for us so that we can reach financial freedom. And how do you do that? A great way, which I'm doing right now, and I would love for you to do, is to start investing. And I know that investing can be scary sometimes, but there's easy to use platforms. And we've got a platform where you can get 2 free stocks, and the platform is called Webull, worth up to $1,850. And you can also sign up with an even easier platform called Robinhood and get 2 free stocks with them, worth up to $500 when you sign up. But that's free money, and you can start building wealth. And those links are down in the description that take you straight to the website for you to sign up. But it allows you to get into the world of investing to start building your money. I personally invest in the S&P 500, and I've made quite a bit of money there, and so have a lot of people. And as you can see in this chart, it's done pretty well for itself. And I would love for you to be in that and to be winning with your finances so that you can reach financial freedom. But if you have any questions, put them down in the comments section, and I'll answer them from there. But please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all stimulus and economic news that affects you and learn how to build some wealth. This is Joel, True Life Investing. Until next time, peace out.